Joe Biden will pardon Donald Trump's political enemies before he leaves office.
This one's tough. I'm going to say no on this. Why do you think yes?
This one is an easy yes for me. The fact that the sourcing is so widespread that Joe Biden has been like uniquely stingy with pardons, which is why the Hunter Biden one was such a big deal. And when you have all these outlets, and you and I know the sourcing, saying, yes, he will pardon Jim Comey, Liz Cheney, and Anthony Fauci. What an epic just smack in the face to his actual base, where Joe Biden campaigned on opposing the federal death penalty. He could commute those sentences.
Yeah.
He could pardon more nonviolent drug offenders. I mean, even if he wants to do like left-wing protesters that have records or whatnot. This makes sense because, especially if we saw like the legal tact in that really broad Hunter Biden pardon, it's just to obstruct the idea of an investigation going on at all. Do I think Donald Trump would use his political capital on the Cheneys? No, I think the Cheneys are going to be irrelevant come Inauguration Day. Fauci, while there will continue to be the investigation into the lab leak hypothesis and how much the NIH was funding that, because we know they were giving grants to the Wuhan Institute of Virology, that wouldn't make Fauci personally liable. But it's just a sign. It's a line in the sand for what Biden cares about. And it's himself, and it's Orange Man bad. And unfortunately for the liberals that deserve a functional Democratic Party, it's not anything else.
What you just outlined is, I think, pretty illustrative of a theory that's going around resistance Twitter right now. So I'm a little surprised you kind of bought in. I think the idea that Joe Biden could pardon Liz Cheney, James Comey, Anthony Fauci, Jamie Raskin, Adam Schiff, the list goes on, right? Trump has any number of enemies, is an absolute pipe dream cooked up by, the pink hat wearing protesters, right? This is a story about how Joe Biden has an opportunity to, stick it to Donald Trump one more time. Here's the thing. Joe Biden doesn't care about that anymore. He cares about his legacy. He already lost to Trump, through Harris losing essentially. He's ruined his legacy with Afghanistan, with the ongoing war between Israel and Hamas and Hezbollah. And again, he didn't pass nearly all of the legislative issues that he tried to usher in under this grand progressive umbrella. What he can do right now, though, and I've talked to Democratic strategists, I've talked to Republican strategists about this, he can pardon Donald Trump as sort of an olive branch extended to the nation and say, hey, we lost, but at the end of the day, we need to come together. And I did talk about how Donald Trump is an existential threat to democracy, but he's also in the halls of power now. So what can we do to move forward and get beyond how...
If he did that, what would he have actually believed? Would there have been any defining value that carried Joe Biden through his career other than just raw sociopathic self-interest if he did that? Because he campaigned on Donald Trump is Hitler, democracy is at stake, this would be the last election if I won, I will never pardon my son, I'm the honest one, he's the liar. And if you fold all five, and then not only is Donald Trump not Hitler, but I'm going to give him a pardon, so he's not even a criminal too, there is nothing that the last 4 years of Democratic governance has stood for.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. And again, you did a good job of addressing my hypothetical scenario. But I'm going to give you a much more practical scenario. And you sort of hit at this point before. Joe Biden doesn't care about anything. He's on his way out. Why would he help these people? He's not going to do anything, again, to make himself look like an even worse president than he already is. He's not going to pardon people for hypothetical, preemptive charges that haven't even been offered by the Trump team yet. Again, this is just a guy who's checked out in senioritis. He's moving on to his classes that he's got to go teach at the University of Pennsylvania and ice cream scoops at Rehoboth Beach. I don't expect him to pardon these people. This is hogwash.